Here we go.
Hello. Hello, Fatima.
How are you? How are you doing?
Good. How are you today?
I'm good.
Well, I'm really happy to talk to you about your baseline video today. So before we start, why don't you tell me what you think went really well?
I'm happy to have you as my mentor first, and thank you for the support you're always providing.
Of course. I'm happy to be.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking me.
Yeah. To be honest, I did look at my recording, and I noticed a few things that I think there is a room for improvement.
Okay.
Since we are focusing on in task 1 standard.
Yeah, right here.
From what I watched, I noticed that maybe my instruction could be more clear, because in one of the activities, after giving the instructions to students, I noticed some students, they were not able to move to do the activity. They kept on asking me, what should I do now?
Was that this one?
Yes, the
okay,
second activity.
The group activity.
The group work,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
What are we supposed to do? So I had to re-explain or re-give.
So you're thinking about things that you wish you could do.
Yeah, better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
this is
the instructions for this. Okay.
The second thing that I noticed for the first activity, checking the answer with the students, I thought I
this
don't know.
one, right?
Yeah,
okay.
this one.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if I could have give them the answer key and ask them to do like a discussion within their groups, and then hear from them. It might be better than just standing in front of them and ask few students. Maybe the rest of the class, they will not be very well engaged.
Okay, they might not be tuning in
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. The last activity, which is the exit ticket, my phone got overheated and I couldn't record that.
But even though you couldn't finish recording it,
yeah,
how did you feel the exit ticket
it went very well. Yeah,
great,
the students they had to answer a question about re-explaining what they got, what was the main idea of the lesson, and I gave them like a starter sentence to do this. I had a look at the answers, and I got very good answer from.
Yeah, and is that here?
Yeah.
So that's a great example of visible learning.
Visible learning.
Right.
Exactly.
You can see it. They can see it.
Yeah.
So that was a positive. I noticed that your instructions were very clear regarding the objective. Like you had the objective, you went through that. I thought that was really helpful. And the kids were like understanding, well, okay, this is what we're going to do today. So you kind of set the tone. So I thought that was really a positive. And I also loved how when the kids were working, how you were circulating. You were checking in, doing those formative, and it seemed like you knew who who knew and who might, you were anticipating who might need a little extra support.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
you were, I mean, really circulating, and you can tell that your classroom community is very, kids feel safe and they trust you, and it's a collaborative community. I thought that was really, really nice. You want to go back to one of the things you mentioned about, do you want to start with the group?
Yeah, the group.
So, right, so the group work, so you think the instructions could have been more clear? How would you imagine doing that? Because the instructions were on a slide, right? But then you had to flip the slide.
Yeah. To get
right.
Just, the arrangement or the grouping. And I don't know, I thought maybe after having the students sitting with each other, I had maybe to re-give the instructions again.
Okay.
Maybe some students, they were not really focusing on the instruction. They were focusing more on which students I'll be with, or
Right.
yeah, or who,
The middle school kids, right?
Yeah.
Who am I going to be in
Who
a
am I-
group with?
Yeah.
Because you did use the random generator,
Yeah.
which is always fun, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the first activity they were with just the elbow partner,
Mhm.
right? What about considering that, like the first time, so you have the instructions, but you go through the instructions maybe with just a little bit more intentionality, like, for example, modeling it.
uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, and a couple kids will come do it with you, like,
Yeah.
and then you're explaining very clearly.
Yeah, very nice.
Then they're like, oh, okay,
Mhm.
now we understand. And,
Yeah.
and maybe the directions could be somewhere, not on the slide, but somewhere that they could look up to. Cause you
Yeah.
had, cause then you had to change the slide, right, for the other thing?
Yeah.
But if the directions were there, and if it had been modeled, and then you could say, okay, and then you try, then you try. So we
Mhm.
do together,
Yeah.
and then you try.
Then, yeah.
That might be one idea.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah.
If you like that.
Yeah.
And then you also mentioned, the first task,
Yeah.
the
Checking the answers.
checking the answers, right? So they were definitely understanding,
Mhm.
right? So one way that you might consider checking the answers, instead of just one student coming up at a time, like we talked about, is that if you have stations, if you cut the 5 questions into stations, and then have like A, B, however many you wanted, and divide the kids into groups, you could then have, you could have it even flipped
Yeah.
where they can't see the answer yet, they have to talk
Uh-huh.
about it, and then like, okay,
Yeah,
time for the big
reveal it.
reveal.
Yeah.
But then they would learn from each other, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, I did it this way, or
Yeah.
I did
Right.
it that way. That's just one thing that you could consider doing as well. And it wouldn't be a lot of prep time because you already have it, you just cut it and
Correct. Yeah.
stick it up there. And then, and understanding in that case, then kids might not be able to go to every station, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Cause you're gonna have your exit ticket.
Yeah.
And let's see what they get
Yeah.
to and the
Mhm.
time, and
Mhm.
the time you give them.
Yeah.
I also wanted to, so those are a couple things that I think you could make it just a little more interactive that way.
Mhm.
And you're definitely working on the strategic partnerships, right, where the
Yeah.
kids are talking more, the turn and talk, so
Mhm.
even more of that
Yeah.
would be great. I really appreciated as well, when we're looking at standard 1, how you had the vocabulary very clearly explained.
Mhm.
So you could even push that out on Google Classroom, you could make that into a game for like those kids that finish, or
Mhm. Yeah.
kind of up to you, but I really thought that was so clear with the word, the
Yeah.
definition, a picture, so you're
Yeah.
able, so English language learners, everyone can
Perfect.
kind of see, okay, that's what that probably
Mhm.
means. And I noticed you had a lot of sentence starters
Yeah.
on your slide deck, so you could even make those more visible,
Yeah.
where kids, because when I was in the class, I heard a lot of kids using that.
Mhm.
They were using those sentence starters, so that's another great
Yeah.
strategy that you did. And you had very clear expectations and objectives from the beginning, like, this is what we're gonna do today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the next,
Yeah.
the next,
Video.
the next time. Is there anything else you wanna talk about regarding this lesson, or, like, how did you feel about the pacing? Like, I know time is always an issue,
yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
always like, do we have time?
To be honest, it went well, but
Okay.
maybe the second activity took more time than what was expected.
What you thought, okay.
And I asked them, do you need more time? So they told me yes, so
Yeah.
I gave them a couple
Yeah.
of
I was here for
minutes.
that,
Yeah,
that's right,
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
remember that
Yeah,
was,
but overall it was,
you felt like the
yeah.
pacing, so that's
Was-
always something, as teachers, we tend to over-plan, that's
Mhm.
great, cause then, right, 'cause
Yeah,
it's better
yeah.
than under-planning. But then I thought that was nice when, cause you did ask the kids on this
Yeah.
activity,
Mhm.
do you need more time?
Mhm.
And then if next time, if you do it together with them modeling before, that
Yeah.
might save time.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Just a thought, but yeah, I thought the pacing went well too, I was just wondering your thoughts.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it for
Great.
our first video.
Okay.
And again, thank you for the support. And
course.
yeah,
It's a
We'll
pleasure. I look forward to working, continuing
The
to work
coming
together,
videos.
and the next video, the next debrief, and coming to, watch the lesson as
Yeah.
well and go over the lesson
With
plan
more
with you.
strategies, yeah.
Welcome that opportunity.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fatima.